Alright, so today I wanted to have some more fun with you guys and go over another round of the top 5 facts that I could find about Colorado Springs. I've made a couple of these videos before and you guys seem to like them, so figured I'd try to come up with another 5 that this time I think are even more interesting. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ben, and in this channel we go over what it's like to live and move to the Colorado Springs area. Also, we are a team of realtors and would love to earn your business, so if you are getting any value out of these videos or entertainment, go ahead and give us a call or a text. And once you've done so, we can go ahead and set up like a phone call or a Zoom call to see how we can best help and go over our process. So like I mentioned before, I've made a couple of these videos and I just wasn't quite satisfied with the facts that I was finding. But recently there was a Reddit post that gave me some really good facts, and I also asked around a couple of friends who know the area really well to compile a list that I think is a little bit more top quality. So without further ado, fact number 1, you're probably aware that Colorado Springs is pretty suburban, and in general there are quite a few chain restaurants, and it can be a little bit boring at times depending on where you're at. That being said, downtown Colorado Springs is actually made up of about 90% or 95% locally owned businesses. So if you don't like the fact that Colorado Springs has a lot of chain restaurants and you want some more kind of local feel to the area, then downtown Colorado Springs is exactly what you'd probably want, because there are so many local options. It's honestly kind of insane. And I was looking up some like general numbers, and apparently like revenue wise, downtown Colorado Springs is up about 25% over like pre-pandemic lows. Alright, so number 2, this one I kind of found insane, and that is the legend of Prairie Dog O'Beirnes, yeah, something like that. If you know how to pronounce it, let me know in the comments. And this was essentially a hooligan in the late 1800s who would actually go around Old Colorado City, so the original essentially downtown, with his carriage that was pulled by 2 giant elk. And there actually are like pictures of this. I have no idea how you like tame elk to pull your carriage, but apparently this dude did it. And those 2 elk were named Thunder and Buttons, which just happens to be the name now of a restaurant in Old Colorado City called Thunder and Buttons. Alright, so fact number 3 is kind of fitting since I'm filming this in November, right after the election, and that's going to be that the Libertarian Party was actually founded here in Colorado Springs. So the party was conceived in 1971 in a house in Westminster up near Denver, and was officially formed though shortly after in Colorado Springs. So kind of hard to elaborate on this point. I don't know what more to say, but kind of crazy that one of the major, semi-major parties was formed here in Colorado Springs. All right, so fact number 4 that I found that was interesting is the history behind the Manitou coffin races. So if you aren't aware, each year in October, the city of Manitou, that is located in the Colorado Springs Metro, has these coffin races that it's essentially like they bobsled race coffins, but they don't actually hop into them. So people dress up in costumes and they build coffins that kind of fit the theme, and they push them along a strip of the downtown and see who can race these coffins the fastest. And it seems like an odd tradition, but essentially the history of these coffin races was inspired by Emma Crawford and what happened to her. So Emma Crawford and her mom moved to Colorado Springs in the late 1800s, and Emma fell ill with tuberculosis, sadly, and after dying in 1891, she was buried. However, in 1929, so a good 30 plus years later, there was a severe storm that actually dislodged her grave and sent it tumbling down into the city of Manitou. So her remains were later reburied, but the city of Manitou felt guilty for this, and so they created the coffin races that we still have today. All right, and then fact number 5 is that there is actually a secret set of tunnels underneath portions of old Colorado City. So in the late 1800s into the early 1900s, before Prohibition, there was a lot of local laws that prohibited alcohol and alcohol sales. And so to get away with this, because old Colorado City was like a major red light district within the area, they built these series of tunnels to transport and sell alcohol out of. And they are sealed up today. And apparently at the time, Colorado Springs was really divided between the wets and the dries. It's a weird way to put it. But yeah, they had apparently like fiery sermons about the specific issue. And so this kind of became this special area to have all of the sin go down. And so, yeah, they built these tunnels and they are still there today, but they have been sealed off. Portions of it you probably could get in through. Shouldn't do that, but yeah, there are a whole series of tunnels under Colorado Springs. All right, so that kind of does it for the top 5 facts about Colorado Springs that I could find this go round. If you found this video interesting and want to learn more interesting facts about Colorado Springs, I have other videos here. And if you're moving to the area and need help with anything whatsoever, go ahead and give me a call or a text. I would honestly love to hear from you.